Hi, this is Deborah Brooks. I am your instructor for High Intermediate Grammar. This is a hybrid course, and that means that a lot of it will be on the computer. And what I'm showing you here is the Moodle site where you will find all of your materials. What I want to show you in this video is just the introductory block. That means this top part before the date of the first week. Each week you'll have a new set that will show up with those dates on it. But this top block is going to stay there, and it has a lot of information. So first, it has the dates that you need to be in class. Make sure you get that in your calendar. Tell your employer that you do need to be at Laney College on those nights. If there's any time that you can't, you need to contact me ahead of time and make arrangements. The next thing is my office hours. I'll have office hours at Laney before my 2 o'clock class on Mondays, and I'll have office hours online on Thursday nights from 7 to 8, and I'll show you later how to get to that. How to contact me is the Google Voice. That is a message. I will never answer it, but I can call you back or text you or email. Email is best, so I prefer email. I also have Facebook. If you go below there, you'll see the news forum, and I will post here interesting things for your use. For example, Office 365 is now free for all Peralta students. So if you don't have Word on your computer, laptop, iPad, you can get Office 365 and be able to create Word documents. I will post other things as the semester goes through, so check that pretty regularly. The welcome letter, syllabus, and frequently asked questions, just a lot of information about the class. You will have a quiz. You will have a quiz on the syllabus, the welcome letter, the frequently asked questions, all of that information, just to make you read it. So that will be in the second week in class. The welcome letter, as I said, has a lot of information here about ways to contact me, office hours, the class schedule, how to get to everything. And at the bottom, it has some different ways that I will give you lessons. There will be links to specific exercises. There will be YouTube videos that I created, YouTube videos that other people created, pages with lots of quizzes and practice sets, online lessons with quizzes that I did not create, and songs. Each week I'll give you a song about that grammar point. This one is about present perfect. Look what you've done is in present perfect. So that's your welcome letter. Go back to the main page here and down. You'll do this a lot. You go back and down, then you go back and you go down in Moodle. You'll get used to it. The next thing is the syllabus. The syllabus for each class tells about that class and the expectations and the schedule. Again, how to contact me, when you need to be in class, what you need to know before this class. I will be posting some lessons on those things, so if any of those are things you don't know before starting this class, you do need to do those lessons on your own to catch up. What you need to know to leave the class, the policies and rules and grades, and all of that stuff is on the syllabus. And the next thing is the frequently asked questions. These are answers to questions that students have asked or are likely to ask. How do I do this? Is there a book? How do I get help? A lot of these questions are also answered in the syllabus and the welcome letter. But do read all three of those. The next is the vocabulary for Moodle, and this is vocabulary used on the computer, especially in Moodle, that is used differently from other English uses. For example, blocks. Blocks are little squares of wood that your children play with. Blocks are the houses between streets. You walk around your block. You walk your dog around the block. But blocks in Moodle means each week's section. So that's a little different use of that word, and there will be other words like that that I'll use in this course. So if you don't understand the vocabulary in the instructions I give you, go there to the vocabulary and hopefully it will be there. If it isn't, let me know and I'll add it. The next thing is your information intake form. I would appreciate if you give me some information about yourself. This does come to me and only to me, so that I can know a little bit more about you and who you are. The next one is a quiz about whether you're ready to take an online course. I'm sure all of you are ready to take an online course, but this is just some things for you to think about. Whether you can attach a file, how stressed you are about computer skills, things like that. It's just things to think about. This is not a quiz that I see. It's something created by the State College Board, but I think it might be helpful for you to think about that. The next one is things to sign up for. These are things that you need to succeed in this class. You need to have a Gmail account. You want to use Firefox, not Safari or Internet Explorer or Edge. Firefox and Chrome work a lot better with Moodle. And Remind.com is a way that I can text you on your phone so that we can have immediate contact. I can also use email, but the texting seems to be the quickest way to contact people. And the CCC Confer is how I'll have my office hours. So there is an app you need to download to make that work. The last thing there is how to get an A in this class. You all want to get an A in this class, right? So you do need to do the work, come to the classes, ask questions. You need to have high intermediate grammar. So if you really don't yet have high intermediate grammar, you might need to take a lower level class or do a lot of extra work to catch up. You'll want to practice and review every day or every other day. You will need to get A or B on the in-class tests and the online quizzes in order to get an A in the class. Participate fully in the forum discussions, in the group work, both in class and online. And the most important thing is to want to learn. If you don't care, you won't learn that much. But just think about how important grammar is. The reason I love grammar and I love teaching grammar is because using correct grammar is the only way to get your ideas across, to actually have people understand what it is you mean to say, and to have real communication. You need good grammar. Good grammar will help your relationships, it will help your jobs, it will help your schoolwork. So if you really care about your grammar, that's the best thing you can do, and you'll succeed.